Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In the last video, I have shown you a technique to go for printing or plotting option in AutoCAD 3D. We have used a 3D model for presentation purpose, and we have shown that how to create layouts and how to go for the final printing options. Okay. Today I will show you another technique with the help of which you can actually go for a similar type of representation. I mean, you can represent a 3D object in the layout page, and then you can finally go for the plotting or printing options in AutoCAD. Okay, so for this demonstration what I will do is I will open a new drawing and I will try to create a simple 3D object. So for this, let us change our model view to southeast isometric. Okay, and currently I am setting my limits to the lower left corner is 0, 0, 0 tab 0, enter, and the upper right corner I am setting at suppose 200, 200. Okay, enter. Now I will zoom in, Z, enter, A, enter. Okay, so there we go. We have already set our limits and we will try to create a very simple 3D object, right? So what we'll do, let us use this center radius option for circle, and suppose I am drawing an circle of radius 100. Okay, this is an arbitrary one, I'm just giving you an example. So I will use the offset option, offset, enter. I will set the offset distance to suppose 20. Okay, enter, and select this circle and draw another circle which is concentric, right? Then we will go for this press pull option and we will try to create a hollow cylinder. Okay, so bring your cursor near in between these two circles, and when both of these circle gets selected, click on that point and give it a height of suppose 150, right? Click on escape. We have created an cylinder here which is hollow in nature. Okay, that means we have got an outer diameter as well as an inner diameter, right? Then the first thing that we will have to do is we will come to this layout page. Okay, now as I have already said that layout page is nothing but a opaque sheet of paper which is used for printing or representing purposes. Okay, so when you open this layout page, you can see that by default there will be a viewport, okay, that will be shown. So I will select on this viewport and I will delete this first. Okay, then the next thing that we will do is we will right click on this layout option and I will go to this page setup manager, and currently it's layout 1 because I am currently in layout 1, therefore it's selected. I will select on this modify option and I will change my paper size to A4 landscape view, that is 297 into 210 millimeter, that is ISO A4 landscape. So I am clicking on this and everything will remain the same. The scale will be 1:1 and let this be in monochrome because I am printing it in black and white, right? So it's in landscape. Click on OK, then click on close. Now the paper size that you are seeing here is actually a A4 size sheet, and in this A4 size sheet you can see that there are dashed lines which are visible. What are these dashed lines? These dashed lines are actually the limit showing you that you cannot print anything outside this. Okay, so this is the actually the paper limits. So whatever you have to do is you have to do inside these dashed lines, right? So if you want to create an border and title box, so you can actually copy your border and title box right away in this layout page, and then you can start your work. So currently I have prepared an template which look AutoCAD. There you go, you have got this template. I'm clicking on open, and as you can see that I have pre-created this particular template. You can create any template which will have this border and title box. Okay, so what I will do is I will select all of this and click on Ctrl C. That means you are copying the clips. Okay, so copy clip option, Ctrl C is the shortcut. So I have copied all the objects from here. I will go back to this drawing and I will click on Ctrl V. Okay, now as soon as you click on Ctrl V, you can see that with your cursor that particular border and title box will appear place it in a convenient position. Okay, so I'm placing it at a convenient position here somewhere. Okay, now as you can see that in this condition some of the part of my border has gone out of the paper. So what I can do is I will select this and move this a little bit inside. So I'll click on M, enter. Okay, I'll select and base point and bring it at a convenient position, right? Then this remaining part I will trim it, TR, enter, enter. Okay, so I will remove these parts. As you can see, I can zoom in and I can trim these parts. Okay, so now you have got your border and title box inside the sheet border. Okay, so now in the model tab we have created this particular cylinder, hollow cylinder. So I am currently in the layout tab. So therefore the first thing that we will do is we will check that in which angle projection we are following. Okay, in India we generally follow third angle projection. So right click on this layout tab, go and click on this drafting standard setup. As soon as you click on this drafting standard setup, you can see that two options will come here. One is the first angle and another one is the third angle. Click on this third angle. Okay, and then click on OK. Okay, so now currently you are in third angle projection. Okay, then in this view palette, click on this drop down menu in the base and click on model space. This means whatever you have drawn in the model space, that will be selected. So I'm clicking on this model space, and as you can see that I have already brought the view from the model space. Now remember that in third angle projection we are always getting the top view above the ground line and the front view below the ground line. So obviously this is the front view, so I am clicking on this point here, suppose, and click on enter. And when you move your cursor up, you can see that a projection line is actually projecting the top view of the object corresponding to the front view. Okay, if you bring your cursor up, then it's actually showing you the top view. If you bring your cursor down, it will give you the bottom view. If you bring your cursor on the left hand side view and bring it on the right hand side, it will give you the right hand side view. So here I want the top view which will be above the front view, so I'm clicking at a convenient position. So I'm clicking it here, suppose. Okay, now this is the front view, this is the top view. If you bring your cursor along an angular direction, either on this side or on the left hand side, you can see that we are getting the isometric views. It can be either southwest isometric, it can be southeast isometric. So currently I want this particular view, so I am clicking on this particular position. Okay, then as you are satisfied with these three views, I want only these three views: the front view, the top view, and the isometric view. So I'll right click and click on enter. Okay, now as you can see, the 2D wireframe representation of the objects are visible. Okay, so this is the top view, as you can clearly see, this is the front view, and this is the isometric view, right? We can also create different views. For example, if I click on this top view, you can directly see that we have got many options available here. Suppose I want to get the sectional view, then I will go and select this section option from here. If I want to go for the full sectional view, I will click on this full, and there are other options available also. So currently I want the full sectional view, so I am tracking this point. Suppose I am clicking it here and I am clicking it here, so I'm creating a section here. And as you can see, if I bring my cursor on a convenient position and click on that position, you are actually getting the sectional view of that particular object, which is cut from this particular section that I have assigned. So I'm clicking on enter here. So this is the sectional view, and the representation of the sectional view is shown here. As you can see, A-A, this means AA section that I have created here. This is A-A, and the scale is also showed, that is 1:4. Now this is currently going outside the border, therefore I can select on this grips, and I can click on this and bring it a little bit down on a convenient position, right? Similarly, if I want to go for the dimensioning of any part of the object, then I can directly go to this annotate tab and I can dimension it. Suppose I want to dimension this radius, so I'm clicking on this radius, suppose, and I am dimensioning it here. Similarly, I want to right click and repeat the radius option, and I want to dimension this particular circle, so it's of radius 80, right? And suppose I want to go for any linear dimensioning, I'm showing it here on the front view. So suppose I want to dimension this part. This is 160, as you can see. Okay, and right click, repeat the dimensioning linear, and click on this point. Suppose this is 200. So as you can see, you can also edit on this layout tab. If you want to also go for this linear option and show the this particular distance, and as you can see that the distance is also shown. If you want to give name to the views that you have drawn here, then you can use the mtext option, multi-line text option. So mtext, okay, enter. Suppose I want to label this particular view, so I'm clicking on this portions of and I'm typing, this is the isometric view, so I'm typing here isometric view, right? Then click on outside, right? So you can actually move it at a convenient position. Enter. Okay, so you can bring it at a convenient position. You can also increase the the font. Okay, so if you double click here, select this, and you can change it to a definite value. So suppose I'm giving the value to be 3. Okay, then click on enter. Okay, so as you can see that the font size has also increased, right? If you want to change this particular view to a different view, click on this view and click on edit view option, and as you can see that there are many options available here. So if I want to go with this shaded with visible lines, then I can click on this, and automatically this particular representation of the object will be according to the view that I have selected. Enter. Okay, so this is how you actually create different views inside the border in the layout. Then if you want to go for a printing purpose, then directly you can go and select this plot option from here, and you can select this DWG to PDF. Then you can actually take your plot area from here. It can be display, extend, layout, or window. I'm taking it from the layout. Okay, and everything is set here, landscape, monochrome, then apply to layout and click on OK. Right, you want to give a name for this. Suppose it's drawing 3-layout1.pdf. then I am clicking on a particular folder on which I want to save this PDF, and I will click on save. Right, so as you can see that the PDF is getting prepared, and there you go, you have got the PDF which is represented here. So it's nice. I hope you have understood this tutorial. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.